Yo, what the fuck up, Crazy Nation? It's your boy SB repping that crazy. You know what it is? I'm back again with another episode of Crazy Discussions. I'm with the homies.
Bart, what the fuck?
I didn't do anything. How are you gonna blame me on that? I
Yo,
didn't do anything.
introduce yourself.
My name is Howard Stern. It's Bart XL. Yeah, that's my name. Are you John?
Bro, don't worry it out, bro. Yo, I'm Johnny from the Burbs, bro. And
From the area, what do you mean?
We made a tape together that dropped earlier this year. And it's
Make sure you spell it right. It's EA Burbs, like da baby, da Burbs.
The Burbie, bro. That's my new name, man.
The Suburbias.
Let's go.
If y'all didn't know, we did a gig together, eh?
We did a very long time ago.
We did. It feels like a very long time ago,
Shaolin.
bro, but it actually wasn't. Like, look at it's October. It was only 6 months ago, bro.
Is that how long ago it was? Jesus Christ, it feels longer. It feels like it's been a year.
Ancient history, bro.
It does
Yeah,
feel like a year.
We put Dead
Sounds
Set
like
Fest on.
fucking
That was hectic, bro. Man, I wish we could have done a couple more installments, like smaller ones, because that
And it was crazy because it started off this.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
It started off a Discord call.
This
started
fucking
off-
terrible Discord.
It was such a bang, bro, and it was like we were just coming back. And
Yeah,
had the
and then
opportunity to do that show. I remember, bro, because the week before they hit me up and they were like, we can double the capacity. So now we need to sell more tickets, right? So it's a bit of a stress because we only had 1 week left to basically sell double the tickets.
Yeah,
But, you know, people pulled through, first and foremost.
bro,
but secondly,
it's crazy
that was
how
like
many
an
people came
indication
through
to
the
me.
door.
Yeah, 100%. But that was like an indication to me that, fuck, we're coming back, bro. You know, if we're doubling capacity, if we're moving from like, because, you know, I'm pretty sure we did a show after lockdown ended. It was a small one at the Gladstone, if I'm not mistaken. There was like, I don't know, 50, 60, maybe 70 people there.
yeah, it was Bloom Sydney in the Lord Gladstone.
Because we played Proceed with Caution in its entirety before we released it.
Fucking no, that's mad.
It's fun.
Yeah, that was
Bro, it's
hectic. That was a really
crazy
good
when you
gig.
think about it, though. Like everything that happened during that time. Like I say to people, bro, I'm like, the fact that we even got that many people during like a Chillinet gig and shit, like
Yeah,
heaps
well,
of
dude,
people. There was heaps
there
of
was
gigs
so many-
on that night.
There were so many gigs because I remember there was a big one at the Opera House, and had I known that that gig was happening the same night, like a little bit further with a little bit more foresight, I would have scheduled it for another night, bro.
Yeah, bro. But I talked to heaps of people about it, and they still bring it up. Like they still
Yeah,
say,
right.
bro, like it was a good night and shit like that. So that's all that mattered, bro.
Oh man, I'm really hoping that next year we can do it again.
And as
maybe
well,
at a different venue.
look where we did it.
Yeah.
It's not an easy place to fucking sell out.
Nah,
It's not
man.
an easy place to fucking get to, bro. I remember I
That
was
too. Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
trying
It
to
was
get home.
look, but it's a fucking iconic venue in Sydney. So I'm
That's
glad
what-
that we.
that's
we
how I
did
felt
there,
about it.
You know what I mean?
I was
It's
like,
I'm glad that we
definitely
ended up
W.
doing it there.
it's so
But
cool.
I do have other venues in sight. I don't want to blind it to one. You know what I mean? I want it to be one of those things. I want to see like I wish we could do it. I keep saying this, but I wish there was a venue around here. You know what I mean? Parramatta,
Like in the West?
Blacktown, something like that. You know what I mean? I know they've got the spot in Glendenning,
There's Ice House
the
as well.
warehouse, and there's Ice House. And Ice House is awesome, but it doesn't, people want to drink and
It's
and
so
people wanna do,
weird,
like,
how there's
18
not that many
shows and shit like
venues
that.
in like West Sydney.
Yeah.
When most of the artists come from West Sydney.
From Western Sydney. I mean, shit, if there was somewhere in Parramatta, I'd be at every gig, bro. For real.
Bro,
Like,
facts.
You know, and
I
the
was
thing is, you
talking to
have
people
very
about that.
small venues in Para, bro. You've got like Butter and other small places. that
Bro,
do gigs
Butter's
like
too
Ice and
fucking
shit
small.
like
That shit.
But they're-
No
yeah,
disrespect. By the way, no disrespect to Butter. that shit-
he's about to
that-
get cancelled.
That place is small as fuck.
Yeah, but they're very intimate gigs. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
Oh,
it's cool for
100%.
that setting. But if you want to put on something like Dead Set Fest, you need to have at least 200 people to be
Brother.
able to fit through the door. You know what I
Brother,
mean?
we had 11 artists. Half of them
Yeah.
fill up Butter. If you put
Yeah.
it like no disrespect, like I said, no disrespect to Butter. I
Yeah.
love,
The
I love
photos
Butter.
look good though. And I love the
Yeah.
chicken too.
Yeah.
The chicken from Butter's head.
And as well, I know people that put gigs there, so I don't want to like sound like it's taking shots at them and shit. But it's like
Yeah, you're gonna get jumped next
even
time.
that,
you go
bro.
there,
Like 11. That's the thing that always amazed me was how many artists were there, like all together.
It was a proper, proper festival, bro, and ranging from like proper underground artists all the way to guys like Nookie and Mata, who are like amazing that we were able to get them on the gig, man. Because
man, yeah.
Even say, I'm always say this to you. Even we put Sahil on his first gig.
Yeah, well, was it his first? I'm pretty sure he was playing other shows.
No, it was his first.
Wow, fucking nice, bro.
Like he messaged me and he said, "Let the boys know, like, yo, like I got yous, like forever." He's like, "Yous actually did something for me and the homie." You know what I mean? Like, cause he's put Shinji on, he was on. And it's funny because I saw him I saw him the week after at another gig, bro. He like developed. It was like, yo, like now I understand like crowd control and shit like that. It's like, bro, that's why we do this shit.
100, bro. Yeah, no, I always hope that, not only is a show going to benefit Bart or I, like I want it to benefit the community as a whole, you know what I mean?
100%, bro.
Definitely.
It was a fucking good night, bro. We inspired a lot of people to put on gigs as well.
I hope so, because, when I was starting out, and same with Bart, I imagine, bro, because this is basically
100.
how we linked up. I mean, I found it very hard to get put on actual lineups, and especially, the scene was the scene in 2017. It's had a big evolution and a big bubble since then, bro. Like
100.
where it's there's a little bit more investment and interest into it now. But like back then, it was very hard for a new artist to kind of know how to get on gigs. So you either talk to the right people or you put them on yourself, bro. And I think Bart and I chose the route where we started putting them on ourselves, and that's kind of how we linked up because he asked me to be on New Wave.
Yeah, back in the days, the first ever gig I ever put on, bro.
I'm pretty sure that's how I met you.
I think so, yeah. Because
like I met you obviously at your birthday.
Yeah, that's right.
Which was technically a gig. I don't care what anyone says. That's right. That
was a hectic night, bro.
Bro, that shit was.
So I had the flu, bro.
How did I meet you, Bart? I don't even know.
Think about the lineup of even that night, SB.
Bro,
that
crazy.
That I had.
That shit was.
GYB, DeAndre, myself, and who was someone? There was someone else, and H. That's it.
You put H.
He did a set, didn't he?
Yeah, you put H on his first gig.
Mad cunt, bro.
Don't you remember H spoke before every song?
Yeah, right.
It was mad. It was mad. H was like talking and shit.
I remember putting the poster out, and he asked if we could do a set that night. I'm pretty sure. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, man.
Because he invited me to the birthday.
Yeah,
you didn't invite me, even though you knew who I was.
That's mad, bro. I'm glad that he brought you, you know what I mean?
It was him and DeAndre. Both of them asked me.
Man.
They're like, yo, like, oh, you gotta come through. I'm like, to what? And I searched your name up, and I'm like, I know who you... I go, yeah, I'll come through. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I know who he is. I go, I just haven't met him. Because I knew you were supporting the channel from fucking early on as well. Yeah, and that's why I was just like, and Bar, I met you at Fury, eh?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I remember. Shit was a funny night as well.
I remember early on, I tried to catch your eye, bro, but I didn't want to be like one of those guys who messages you and asks.
When are you reacting to my video?
I'm gonna follow him and just like try to stay active with him, and then when he notices me, bro.
Oh, bro, I notice people when they like shit. Like, if I keep on seeing the same names, I'm like, alright, sooner than later, I have to react to this cunt. I don't want to be like, but I met you before I did the reactions anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
That was cool. He's just like, oh, you gotta come through. I'm like, who is it? And they go, oh, Johnny from the Burbs. I'm like, Johnny from the Burbs. I'm like, I know that name. Searched you up, and I was like, oh. I'm like, alright, bet, I'll come through. And then like, oh, GYB's gonna be there. I'm like, because this was like, that was the first night I saw GYB live.
Yeah.
Oh, word, damn.
That was the first time I met Merc, all of them. I met all of them that night.
That was literally just before they started playing like every gig in Sydney, bro.
That was such a good phase, man. I remember those days.
It was amazing, man. Those were the fucking days, bro, like for gigs, bro.
I'm pretty sure that was the first time I met DeAndre as well.
It was a mad
I met, man. Even
that
H.
show was...
Me and H met
awesome,
through gigs, though.
That show was awesome, bro. Yeah, H is at every gig, bro. Big supporter of the culture, bro.
Showing love to the community.
It trips me out, bro. I'm like, how do you get to every gig? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm just asking, bro. Like, I see him as many gigs as I go to, and that's trippy because I got a fucking shitload of gigs.
Yeah, 100. Like, I don't go to as many as I fucking want to or should. But I know he's always pulling up because he's at the ones I'm at, and then through Insta and through all that stuff like tag photos and that.
Bro, that's how you find that shit though. Like someone asked me like, what's the best way to communicate to an artist? I'm like, probably to a gig.
In person, yeah.
I'm like,
yeah,
I met at one gig, I forget what it was. I think it was Mason Dane. Mason Dane had a gig. Bro, the people that I met that night, I met Bless that night, Manu, like all of them were there, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, just that one gig, I met like 4 artists that I've been trying to meet like my whole career. And it's just like, it's trippy. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
it's where the action's happening, bro.
Shout out to the Gladstone, by the way. They have some of the best gigs
bro. And they have been putting us on for so long now. You know what I mean? Like
straight.
Even what
Benny,
they did
the
with
guy who
Ill-Equipped.
runs it. Benny, the guy.
Oh man, I missed the Ill-Equipped shit.
Yeah,
Awesome,
even
man.
what they did with Ill-Equipped, bro. All those gigs that they did with Ill-Equipped as well. Like, it's cool. It's cool to have something like that in the scene.
And you know what? Not only has he been putting us on, but putting gigs on. He was one of the guys who wrote us a letter of recommendation for the Dead Set thing.
For Dead Set Fest, yeah.
Yeah,
it was,
bro. So like, he's basically watched us
Gladstone.
grow from not being able to fill up the Gladstone to filling it up to going beyond. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Right. I was actually talking to him about doing it, and I'm worried. I'm worried that I'm gonna fucking sell it.
You're what?
I was worried. I'm worried about selling it out.
No, like, you shouldn't be worried, bro, because the Gladstone, it's probably one of the best.
Problem.
It's a good problem to have. Like, it's selling out a gig at the Gladstone. It's like one of the best intimate gigs you can have, bro.
I was saying that. I'm like, yeah. Like they said to me, they're like, bro, we see you at every gig. I go, they're like, we reckon you would probably sell it out.
You know what? I want to put on another Lord Gladstone event. That shit, I really do miss that shit. I feel like the 3 of us should come together, email them, or reach out to them. But
we gotta do those 2. Yeah, I reckon Dead Set has to be a fucking like. I reckon if that becomes like a festival, like I literally.
The original idea I had for Dead Set was we do Dead Set Fest once a year, like same format.
We're talking about this.
And then we would have like a monthly or a
party
Dead Set sessions, like or Dead Set parties every 2 months, some shit like that, bro.
But I remember after Dead Set, we were talking about it. That was one of the cool. I reckon that was one of the coolest moments I've ever had in the scene. Was like us after. Everyone left and it was just us, and we were just talking about. We're like, "What the fuck just happened?"
The debrief.
Yeah, we're just like,
the
"What the
debrief.
fuck, bro?" We're like, "What just happened?"
We got that photo.
Yeah,
not in the outside the venue, bro. You remember that shit? Was
outside the venue.
Yeah.
When I got kicked out, I got kicked out of my own gig.
The man's name is on the poster and he got fucking kicked out.
I remember you had to come get me in. You're like, bro, his name's right there. Like, what the fuck, bro? And I was
like, funny shit was happening that day.
It was a great night, though, bro. It was a great night.
Oh, yeah, 100%. The people that came through as well, that were part of the scene and all that. Like, it felt, it's overwhelming, bro. When you find out that shit, you're just like, damn, like, this shit was a good night.
I might be doing a gig at the, like, sorting a gig out at the Burdekin soon. You know, the Burdekin Hotel on Oxford.
Bro, that place is a good place to host.
Yeah. Well, some guy that I know there asked me to put on a lineup, so I'm waiting for it to get set in stone before I start reaching out to artists.
That shit's crazy.
Oh, who's on the lineup, bro? Wait, what kind of show?
I haven't thought. What do you mean, what kind of show?
Like a rap show, a country show, pop festival? What are we talking about?
It's a country show with hyper pop leanings, bro.
Let's go. Let's go.
What do you think it is, bro? What the fuck do you think it is, bro?
Alt rock. I think it's alt rock. You're gonna get some Red Hot Chili Peppers in there.
I did like the concept of, a rap show is still 100%, but getting like a hardcore band or something like that on the lineup, because the Burdekin is like, they do a lot of hardcore and metalcore gigs.
Yeah, they do awful things there.
So it would be awesome to get the kind of mix of the two, especially, the music that we make, and some of the other guys.
Will be fine.
It's definitely been like pumping up in the scene recently, and I think you got guys like Speed from Sydney who are like
Speed,
the hardcore band that was doing the rounds on Insta not too long ago. Like people clicked with it. People like love to see it. You know what I mean? As long as it's like aggressive and resonates with the people, punchy, people are gonna fuck with it, especially at a show like that. You know what I mean? So once that,
a venue like that,
if I can clear that, then I'm gonna be sorting that lineup like ASAP. You know what I mean?
Clear the sample.
Yeah, basically.
Fuck
Basically.
What have you been up
when
to,
is-
boys? What have you been up to? What are you gonna say? What?
No, I was just gonna say, when is the because I know they're thinking of easing restrictions on venues soon. So I was just wondering,
The
when is that
11th,
gonna
I'm pretty
happen?
sure. It's
On the
Monday.
11th? But is that
Monday,
like
right?
is that a total, like, we can
No,
go to
it's not.
gigs and shit?
I think December 1st is the one to look out for.
Alright, so we're
and,
thinking.
and that gig, I think I'm aiming to get it in December.
So,
First couple weeks.
Oh.
so February 1st is what you're telling me now.
Okay, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if the next gig we go to is Deadfest 2, bro.
Bro.
April, let's go.
April, let's go. Put it down. Write it
Hopefully it's
down.
not like that. Hopefully it's not like that. We'll see where
Fingers
it goes.
crossed, but
I don't believe
don't
anything
have high
now.
hopes.
I just wait.
Yeah.
I just wait. I'm like,
Because I feel like if things open up now, we're just gonna be closed in another month or two. Like,
Yeah,
motherfuckers
nah.
gonna be
especially with
sneezing
the
all over
gigs,
each
bro.
other.
Especially with the gigs, dude.
They're the
Like,
first thing to go, man. They're the first thing to go.
Yeah. I mean, they're a fucking, like, it's, if germs were getting spread, the mosh pit is where it's happening, bro. There's
No, that is
blood,
true.
sweat, tears, spit, cough, boogies, shit. Like, everything's getting spread
Shit,
around.
bro. You going to the wrong kind of gig, bro.
Yeah.
I'm in at that GG
If you see me at a Bart XL mosh pit, bro, watch out. You're just gonna that shit.
poo at you, bro.
Bro, what the fuck?
Like old school Slipknot, bro. That's me.
Bro, are you team MGK or team Corey Taylor?
I'm team Jacob.
Yeah, same, bro. I'm team
Yeah,
Edward, actually.
Nah, you're team Edward? Fuck
Yeah, I'm
Edward,
team
bro.
Edward,
Edward's the
bro.
fucking
Not
ops,
this
bro.
shit, for fuck's sake.
I'm
What is
smoking
happening?
Jacob pack, bro. I'm smoking that, what, Taylor Lautner, bro?
Bro,
Taylor
that
Lautner,
six
yeah.
pack, oh.
That six pack.
Alright, let me get control of my show.
We've hijacked the SP show, bro.
100%.
These nuts.
What have y'all been up to, though? What have you been up to? Anything? Been doing anything?
Tell him, bud. Are you gonna tell him?
Oh my god.
You got it
I've
first,
been
you got it first.
masturbating a lot.
Who is
Playing
this
some
guy, bro?
video games. Nah, I've been in the planning phase of my music. I've been in, like, the background doing, like, admin shit and emails. So I've got a project lined up. So I feel like next year you're gonna see a lot more of me. This shit is just lined up right now. Like, I've been
Is it recorded?
taking care. Not yet, but you'll be hearing a lot of sneak peeks, bro. All right, we got projects
Wee.
on the way. Oh, actually, no, we do have some recordings. We have some
We do,
recorded.
we do.
Proceed with caution
But
too.
that's a different project. That's
That's
a different project.
We got some
Spoiler.
solo Bart XL. Yeah,
Spoiler!
spoilers. Wipe
Spoiler!
that shit. Wipe it away.
No,
Wipe
don't
it
watch
away.
it, bro. Like, I
No.
don't think it's, proceed with caution. There was a little bit of an air of secrecy. We didn't want to let anything out for a while
Mm-hmm.
because it was
Mhm.
like, I don't know, first time collaboration. properly
First
between
feature.
us. Yeah.
Yeah,
Feature,
featuring
exactly.
SP.
First
Let's
feature,
go.
bro.
We want the second one, bro. We
Yo, why'd
maybe
you
we
call me
sample the
Pickle
podcast.
SP?
You're
Maybe
the
we
first.
sample
You're the
the
first.
podcast.
You're the first people to sample me.
Yeah,
straight.
we set the tone for Sydney, bro.
I don't know. Everyone wants it.
Nah.
It's ridiculous.
Just
I'm actually
on us,
offered
bro.
to do
Talk
something
your
which
shit,
I'm
bro.
actually keen to do. I got offered to do something recently, and I'm actually keen to do it.
Yeah,
Do it, bro.
An acting
What is it,
role,
though? What is
Voice
it?
out there.
like a role, like an acting role in a music
Oh,
video.
straight.
Okay.
Shout out
like
to Isaac. Oh, fuck! I was saying.
Is he gonna leak it?
Shout
Is he
out to
gonna
Isaac
leak it?
Burrell.
Let's
You leaked
go.
it, bro. That's
It's
hectic,
leaked
bro.
it.
That's awesome.
I don't know what it's for though. All I know is for a video. But
Isaac,
love
SP sent me
seeing
your
people
masters as well,
Put
bro.
you in their shit, man. I love seeing people put you on their stuff.
bro, it's
It's
trippy. I find it weird.
It's good though, man.
Nah, it's mad, dude.
Like I
It's
appreciate
mad.
the fuck out of it, but I find it weird.
Get your flowers,
I got
bro.
another sample as well. Actually, it wasn't a sample. Someone referenced me in a song. Shout out to King from
Okay.
Free Souls.
Fucking hell,
Oh, what was the line? Do you know what the line was?
Wait, hold up. Can I play it for you? Yeah, okay.
Nah, bro. Now you gotta pay the copyright on this, bro.
What do you mean copyright? It's my name. I could sue him. My name's copyright anyway.
You can't, bro. You can't sue him.
I could, bro, if I wanted to.
Oh,
This guy.
not the legal flex. Shout out Pat, that's my lawyer.
Baby, we got crazy like a test
I can't hear it, bro.
Oh, what is this,
Come
bro?
on.
It's
Hold
cutting
on,
it.
hold on,
What is this, man? Come on, man.
Take your
Can you
time.
just recite the line? Can you just recite the line?
Nah,
I want to
bro,
hear.
no, no,
I want to
no,
hear
no.
you say it, bro.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Does it show that Spotify link thing here?
Wait,
That
Johnny,
says, listening?
you can't be on drugs on the fucking stream, bro.
Nah,
Like,
he can't. He's
bro.
good.
I'm not, bro. This is
It's tobacco. It's tobacco.
I
medicinal.
know. But
No,
anyway,
no, it's.
no, be quiet, Bart. We're trying to show this. Alright, can you press that Spotify link that shows on the thing while I'm playing it? Wait, hold on. I have to fucking play it
Where
first.
is it?
Yeah, I'm on the general text channel.
You need to get a music button here, bro.
Huh?
You need to get a music button here.
Yeah, I know. I need a Johnny plug. He's got all that shit.
Yeah, bro. My server's like a fucking utopian city, bro.
I'm a Discord admin.
Except when Bart comes in and he's on this villainous shit, bro. Jackson has been coming at you hard recently. It's so funny.
I'm not even in there half the
What
time.
the
Man's just
fuck
talking
did you
shit.
just send me?
Dude, this guy pops in.
General chat.
Leaves 1 second. Just jumps in while we're in there, just chilling. And then I say hello to him and he's gone by the time I finish the sentence, bro. It's ridiculous. It's the biggest disrespect I've ever seen.
It's on like zero. It's on 50 seconds, I think.
The 50. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me go on 50.
I sent it on the general chat.
Yeah.
You did.
I'm having a look.
I'm listening to the preview. I gotta open
No,
up
you gotta open
Spotify.
it, bro.
What are you
Alright,
doing,
alright.
bro? Bro,
I
what
don't
is this
just have-
photo that
Do you think
sent?
Do you think I listen to music?
Yeah, of course. It's your job.
It's my job. Nah, bro. Nah. Alright, let's go to the 50 mark.
Awesome, bro. That is a hectic line. I love it. And the guy's got such a good voice, bro.
Bro, that's the next person I've got to get onto a gig. I fucking love that cunt,
That
bro.
would be awesome.
I love free souls, bro. They're so good.
Hey, I just heard it.
Fucking mad. I was just like, damn. They showed it to me. They're like, yo, like, we're working on something. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, we need your approval. I'm like, approval for what?
SP.
And I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
bro.
nah, yeah, you're cool. They're day
Big
ones as
for
well. They're
SP.
homies, bro.
Yeah, it's like when we messaged you, bro, and forced you to listen to the whole EP before we asked you to get on it.
Nah, what do you mean? He's only showed me the first song.
No, I swear.
Yeah, true, true.
You
Yeah, you didn't want to listen to it. You didn't want to listen to it. I remember.
Yeah,
Nah,
we
when
sent
you
it and
wanted
he didn't want to
and I was
listen
like,
to
no,
it.
no, no,
That's
I'm
it.
good.
That's it.
But we
I
found
remember.
all of Bart's like unreleased
Oh god, no, let's not discuss that.
that I downloaded, and I have
That's
everything
cursed.
on my
That is
on my. I have everything on my.
drives, bro. The
the
cursed drives.
cursed drive. If anyone ever hacks your drive, bro, it's game over for all of Sydney. The
Nah,
whole Sydney scene's fucked up now.
only for Bart.
Nah, it's because of what I'm gonna do in retaliation, bro. That the Sydney scene's.
Oh,
So
so is this you saying you're part of Western Drillers?
I can't talk too much on that, bro. I can't talk too much on
Have
that.
you heard of that shit, Johnny? Yo.
Elevate the sound.
Oh god, that shit was amazing. Blackbird sounded amazing on a drill beat.
Who said it was Blackbird?
Oh.
Linked him, bro. Come on,
Bro,
man.
what the fuck, SP,
I
man?
didn't even know it was Blackbird.
Come on now,
Bruh.
man. How the fuck you gonna do
Bruh.
that, bro?
Bro.
Fucking hell, bro. I can't.
Yo.
Alright, let's go to the first fucking segment, right? Oh wait, Johnny, what have you been up to before this?
Oh.
If only Bart answered.
Bro. Fuck. I've got an album recorded, 12 tracks,
Jeez.
which I'm, bro, if it was my way and this COVID shit didn't happen, it would be out next month. But that's not going to happen, I guarantee it.
When's it gonna be out? Please, January.
Maybe sometime next year, bro. Yeah, maybe
smart
sometime next
idea.
year.
I take my holidays.
Like,
Next
I reckon, like,
Listen to it.
it would be the first half of 2022. But
Wait, what? Oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot what year it was. My bad.
yeah, I know that. It would be the first half of next year. But
Fucking hell.
at the same time, I kind of want to get working on Proceed with Caution too, bro. But, it's one of those things.
You drop
so-
Proceed with Caution in the April.
Nah, so
No, I thought it was a New Year.
For
no,
the
we did
gig.
it. We did it on New Year's Day. Yeah, it would be cool to drop it around. It would be cool to
Do
drop
it the other
around.
way around then. Drop Proceed for Caution to finish your album later.
Yeah, I mean my album's done, bro. I just gotta get about half of it mixed because half of it's good to go, could be released. I've got a single actually dropping from it on the 22nd of October, which is a song I've been doing at my live sets for like the last year and a half. Which is
What's it
Let's
called,
go.
bro? What's it called?
Drip. You know it.
How's
I
it
never heard
going?
of it, bro. Talk about it.
How's
I
it
never
going?
heard this one before, bro.
How does it make you feel?
Yeah, bro.
So it's probably like upon reflection and listening back to the collection of tracks that I have for the album, it's kind of a move away from the heavier stuff. I mean, some of it's still pretty heavy, but there's a lot of there's like versatility on it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a bit of singing, there's a bit of melody, there's a little bit of more straight rap stuff. But this next track is probably the heaviest one on the album. So I'm dropping that one because, you know, when I play it live, everybody goes crazy for it. It's got a hectic chorus and some hectic bars, and I made the beat on it as well. I mean, I think I made the beat for, I made the beats for every song on the album. So, you know, I'm keen to put it out there, bro. Like, and if I can have it my way, I'll be doing videos for a good majority, if not every track. But, you know, I'm keen, man.
I'm keen for it as well, bro.
But yeah, aside from that, you know, since it's all written and stuff, like just working on this single release now. I've been playing a lot of New World. I'm sure you've seen because you're stalking my Discord at 4 a.m. and it's always Johnny from the Burbs is playing New World.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
It's just
bro.
that.
I'm like constantly.
Johnny from the Burbs is streaming something.
Yeah,
Share screening.
The Simpsons tier lists.
Don't point. What a man does in Discord stays there, bro.
I swear.
Simpsons tier lists, bro. It's come on.
You'll
bro.
kick
You
me out the
like
private chat as well, bro.
You could stay, man. I dragged you in there. I dragged you in there. You could stay for that. You didn't want to have no part in ranking every single Simpsons episode.
You know how many there are? You know how many there are, bro?
Is that what you did? Fuck off.
Too much fucking effort,
gets you
bro.
crazy and bored, bro. Lockdown gets you crazy and bored. You gotta sit in the boys chat and rank every single Simpsons episode.
Like by season? Or by like episode?
By episode.
Fuck that.
From seasons 1 to season 10 by episode.
Fuck that.
Wait, how many seasons are there?
There's 32 seasons.
I was about to say more than 10.
Probably beyond 10, bro, because then
There's
it's like
706 episodes, man.
Yeah,
but because we're all such big fans, there comes to a point where you're like, this is an amazing episode. It's S tier. This next one is also an amazing episode.
Alright, but where did you put Who Shot Mr. Burns?
I think we put it in A. I think we
That's
put it in
alright.
A.
I'm happy with that.
Where did you put Le Grill? That's the only one I want to know. That is
Le Grill.
You know when they...
I think that's like season 11 or 12, bro.
Brother, I don't know what fucking...
It's not. No, it's not. It's early season. I remember we gave it an A. I remember we gave that one an A.
Is that the one where the pigs flying in the air?
No, that's the one where he becomes an artist.
No.
Oh,
I'm talking about the one where...
When he's building the barbecue pit. And then
and he's like, why doesn't mine look like that?
He puts it up as abstract art.
Oh my god, I'm fucking dead. Le Grill? What the fuck?
I love the Simpsons,
remember. That's
one of my
80.
favorite things, bro.
Bro,
You know?
how's your dad going? He's running with the umbrella.
It's you know, one of the biggest parts of my childhood was watching The Simpsons.
Oh, 100%.
And recently, Malcolm in the Middle too, bro. I fucking love that shit.
Have you been tearing those two?
Nah, not tearing.
Oh, I was about to say.
Nah, no way, man. I don't have enough familiarity with Malcolm in the Middle to the knowledge of The Simpsons, you know?
There's a watching order for watching that show, right? You got to start from the middle.
I did. I've already seen it though. I watched it when I was a kid, bro, for sure.
For fuck's sake, bro.
This cunt thinks he's sassy, bro. He thinks he's witty, lad.
Yeah. Nah, you said that, bro.
It's the bucket hat, bro. It's the bucket hat.
It is, man. Take it off. Reveal your power to us, bro.
Nah, bro. Not until I get the fresh lineup. This hat ain't coming off, bro.
Sorry, man. You gotta get on that mullet life, bro.
I actually might.
With an XL mullet.
Yeah, bro, with the
XL
half purple mullet
mullet
as well.
XL.
Get XL shaved into the back of the mullet, bro. That would
Yeah,
be
like
next level.
on the under. Nah, I reckon on the side of the head.
Yeah, X and an L, bro. That would be hectic.
No, because then on one half of my head would just be an L, so I can't have that, bro. It's gotta be XL
Always on Drake. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
together.
But is that on some Drake shit?
No, it's not a love heart on the fucking top of my noggin, bro. Fuck that. I ain't no lover boy.
Wait. What do you think about it?
Huh?
Me and Johnny spoke about that a bit.
What do I think of CLB? There's 2 good songs on it. I'm alright with the rest of it. But don't take that as me being like Team Donda either, bro.
Oh, here we go. Don't start that shit either. We're good. We're moving on from that straight away.
Yeah, we can't start that shit, bro, because I'm gonna have some very controversial opinions.
On which
I don't
one?
even know if they're that controversial, bro. I don't even know if they're that controversial.
On which one? On
The
both?
majority of people. Nah, I love Donda, bro. Let's be fucking.
I remember. Oh, that's what I missed. I remember you streaming it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, the fucking watch party.
The watch
streamed
party.
all three. I streamed all three with my boys in Discord.
I remember. I saw. I was like, "What's Johnny doing?" Clicked on it, and it's just showing the Donda thing. I was like, "Oh, fucking hell."
Yeah, nah, bro. I love the rollout of that, bro. Like, during it, I hated it because you didn't actually know if it was gonna come out, bro. But when we got it, after we got it, I was like, that was awesome.
It made
I got to
it
experience
part of
three different forms
That's what I was
of
gonna say.
living. You know what I mean?
It made
I
it
don't know.
part of like the album.
Yeah, 100%.
The
I
suspense.
really enjoyed it. Not even just the suspense, just seeing it evolve, bro. Like, because the first version of the album at the listening party that we saw first
Was horrible.
Yeah, there was.
It was
parts of it.
horrible.
Yeah, I'm listening to it.
I'm a
I remember
Kanye
listening to
fan,
it
and I'll
being
say that.
like- I remember listening to it and being like, bro, if this is what Donda sounds like when it comes out, like this is the final mix,
But,
this is a 4.
Do you know what? It made sense though to do it there. I reckon that was the smartest thing to do because it was more like it. I feel like that whole album's made to be listened in a stadium.
It's pretty awesome, man.
I can't afford that just to listen to the album, bro.
Bro, facts though. I agree.
Just rent the whole ass fucking stadium just so I can
But you know
listen to
what's awesome?
Donda. Has
I
it dawned
remember-
upon you that I'm poor, bro?
Bro, imagine like that's what blows my mind about that shit. People say to me they're like, oh, Kanye's not that influential. I'm like, cunt, he made people come to a listening party, not even an album. Like,
I went to, bro, I'll tell you this. This was the heart of my Kanye fandom, and it was kind of just when I first started. Not really, because I got into Jesus before Pablo, but I was getting into him heavy right maybe 6 months before he released it. And then he did the listening party. I went to it at fucking Event Cinemas. And then he did the merch drop. I waited 8 hours in line at fucking Bondi
for Jesus.
for the Yeezus, for the Pablo merch, bro.
For the Yeezys.
Fucking hell. That's a good one. That's a good album as well.
That was a great album.
I've been a big fan of his since literally the first time I heard him. Which was
so basically,
which was through a while.
Same here. When I had a mind that was more open, and I heard him for the first time after that, because I just used to be one of those kids who would only listen to metal, and I would be like, literally, rap is crack, bro. It's in the name. I was one of those kids, bro, straight.
Yeah.
But you know, Jesus was an album that opened my fucking third eye.
So were you listening to like Death to All but metal as well?
Oh, Jesus, yeah, I was, bro. And I look back on it and I'm like, Steel Panther, Contact Cat, they're so cringe these days, bro. I can't believe that I ever liked it, man.
Kill those fucking...
But I do love getting back into the metal that I had, like, great love for back then.
Who do you like?
Cunts like Metallica, Slipknot, Trivium, Die Hard is Murder, Parkway
Machine Gun Kelly.
Oof. You know, just like a bunch of shit. I used to be in,
Nah, that's punk. That's punk.
Yeah, that's punk, bro. Don't get them confused, lad. No, so I used to be in a progressive metal band, like fucking talking about like 10-minute songs and all that sort of shit, bro. Where it's like, yeah, straight, man. Now I make 2-minute songs and I'm like, bro, this is too long.
Bro, what was that group that fucking did that? That just make fucking 10-minute songs? That was all on fucking on Guitar Hero?
There's a
One
bunch of them.
Guitar
There's
Hero.
like Dragon Force. I used to listen to a
That's
bunch
their
of them.
fucking name, Dragon Force.
Dream Theater was like a band that we were super inspired
Which
by.
everyone reckons was
Iron
like the
Maiden.
toughest song on like Guitar Hero. Cause
It
just
was.
I'm fucking.
Brother, I'm like, I don't want to flex, but I would destroy anyone who's watching this podcast in Guitar Hero. Like, I guarantee it.
That's a challenge. That's a challenge.
I'm crazy on it. I still cannot expert that song 100%, bro.
Crazy.
Bro, that
Yes.
song's crazy.
That start always gets me. I'm good for the rest. I'm good for the solos. The start always fucking gets me, bro.
Bro.
And it throws me off for the rest of the track. I'm walking out with 60% easy. So if anyone can do that track, maybe you got a shot with me, bro, on another song. But it's
Bro,
unlikely.
that song is crazy. I remember the first time like hearing it. I think my brother was playing Guitar Hero, and I heard it. I was like, "What is this?" And he's like, "Oh, it's Dragon Force." He goes, "Yeah." He had a disc. He had their album, and he's like, "Oh, check it out." He goes, "I know you'll probably like it." And I listened to it. I was just like, "What the fuck, bro?" I'm like, "This music's sick." Like I always liked metal.
Crazy, man.
I always liked metal, but that shit's insane.
Yeah, it is awesome, man. I don't know. They're one of the bands that, even in metal, bro, you cop a bit of flack for listening to them because metal has this whole elitist culture to it where it's like, that shit's not real metal, bro. This is real metal. Well, that shit's not real metal. This shit's real metal. And it makes you sick, bro. It actually makes you sick. So once I abandoned kind of the way
Bro, even hip hop has that too.
Hip hop definitely has it, like the mumble rap versus
hip hop's just as bad.
Spiritual lyrical miracle.
That's what I say to cunts who like ask me, what was it like being in the band? What was it like being in metal? I'm like, bro, it's like you jump shit from one opposite genre to the absolute opposite genre, and the mentality is almost the same, bro.
Yeah,
it's pretty sad.
Like being in groups, I can't imagine being in a hip hop group. Fuck that.
Like a Facebook group, or is it like a rap collective?
Like a rap collective.
No,
unless you actually do what only one group seems like they've ever done right, which was Word. That literally he got them to sign fucking contracts and go
Outcast.
Yeah, but that's 2, not 9. They had 9. They had 9 artists.
Odd Future, then.
Well, yeah, they're another one. Like,
but Odd Future like only really panned out for a couple guys from Odd Future. You know what I mean?
Yeah, word.
Like, yeah, a lot of them are sitting comfortably, but like it's not like they
like the only
one.
The only one I can really think of is Jesus. I don't know.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, look at where I'm speaking from, though. So, you know, at the end of the fucking day, where's my authority?
Like what? Like what? Bone Thugs? Like,
Bone Thugs.
Like, that would be, like, one of the few that, like, was in such a big group. And Odd, actually. Odd Futures would be up there.
Well, day, bro, I love the spirit of collaboration, bro. Like, it's what's brought Bart and I closer together as friends. And
wait. How the fuck did I forget? Top Dog. Top Dog Entertainment's probably the best. Because all of them, every single one of them, like, made something of their own.
Agreed. But these, I'm throwing a little bit of a hot take here, bro. But these days, I feel like the only person who's been impressing me from Top Dog, aside from Kendrick, bro, because he's always going to rank
top of the morning,
is Baby Keem. That's the only guy who's been impressing me.
I like J-Rock.
Top Dog.
I like all of them.
Oh, J-Rock.
I fuck with J-Rock.
He's okay. I've just never gone crazy for him.
And I like Isaiah Rashad. He's good as well.
Awesome. Isaiah Rashad is cool. But like,
my biggest letdown is Absol.
Is who?
Yeah, Absol. I get what you mean, bro.
Absol to me is the Lupe Fiasco of the group.
Damn.
He blew up first.
Talking about Lupe and Kendrick in the same sentence.
He blew. No, fuck off. Not Kendrick.
We're gonna be smoking SB packs today, boy.
Nah, like, cause I like both of them. Like, I love both of them. I actually like their music so much, but you get excited for their music. They're like, yes, they're dropping new music every time, and let you down.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
It's sad when that shit happens.
I'm keen to hear what Kendrick has in the vault for this next album.
Oh, he's gonna.
That was the next album that basically got me into hip hop, was To Pimp a Butterfly. Like,
woo!
It was Jesus and To Pimp a Butterfly, and then I just went on a big fucking binge, you know.
Who did you get into? Like what? Who was like the first people you went into like classic after those?
What do you mean?
Like after those albums? Like what was the next thing you went straight into?
Right after those two? I think right after those two, Chance dropped Coloring Book, so I went through his discography. I listened to 10 Day and Acid Rap, and I really.
What do you think of Acid Rap?
I liked Acid Rap, bro. You know, it's really good. I liked Acid Rap more than 10 Day, but I like Coloring Book the most. I hated the album that he dropped, but I think that's shared opinion, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, did a Chance deep dive. Went through, did MF Doom.
Woo!
And I was very big on that.
Man,
I used to be super boom bappy kind of stuff. So Joey Badass was dropping. I think I had just listened to All American Badass. Was that? No way, bro. All American Badass was what I listened to around that time period. And then like just basically what was coming out. And then I started doing my own stuff. So trying to link up with the Sydney scene, listening to artists from around here. And then, you know, just getting deeper and deeper into it. But then, like, I feel like the next big, because I found all the guys who are my favorites pretty early on, bro. But then when I discovered guys like Freddie Gibbs, like 2 years ago, bro, and I went back and listened to everything, and I was like, fuck. Well, not everything.
That dude's
like
crazy.
The main studio albums, bro, I went back and listened to them. And just insane, bro. Like, and then even guys who are coming out on the new scene, like, you know, Cochise.
I
remember following him on Instagram like a year ago, and I was like, "Fuck, this is such a fresh sound, bro!" Like, really digging that sort of shit as well, like that sort of rage sort of stuff, like Mario Judah. Look, I don't go crazy for Playboy Cardi, but I fuck with the beats hard. I fuck with the beats hard, and I like.
We had a great discussion about that, eh?
Schlatt.
Yo, oh god.
Look, it's a bit of a hot take, but you know.
I was talking to Bart.
I feel like I like the music he's influenced more than I actually like his music.
Yeah, I get you. I feel the same way towards Young Thug.
Yeah, I
see that.
I really like Young Thug on a feature, and I really like Jeffrey and
Joe.
Fuck, I can't remember even the other album names, bro, because I haven't listened to too much.
That's the song.
But,
that's the album.
But you know, there's a reason. There's a reason for that for me. It's because like I don't know. Aside from the one album and a little bit of the other tracks that I've heard recently.
Oh, his features are incredible.
His features are amazing. He
seems like a feature art. No disrespect to him. He seems like a feature artist.
Tracks that he's on. Yeah, but it's the same thing with like T-Pain we were talking about before. I love T-Pain on a feature, bro. And I love a lot of T-Pain's old.
I like his old shit. That shit was. Woo.
But like T-Pain these days, I don't imagine like I would go as crazy for it as his old shit or as him on a feature, you know? Because he just brings that energy, bro. Same way I feel about Young Thug.
Yeah, I feel you. I get what you mean by that. Bro, I've had a mad like dive into the music lately. I was talking to Bart about this. You know how did I send you this message about 5 artists to like that you would recommend to me?
I'm going back to you, bro, because I've been fucking
I made a playlist about it, like for people, like everyone that sent me stuff, bro. I can't even react to new music now because of it. It's really shut down, like me reacting to new music.
So you're thinking of when you said 5 artists, were you thinking of like just
any?
I thought you meant from like within hip hop, within maybe around the scene, something like
anything, bro. It fucked me up though. It really fucked me up because I started listening to like The Roots and stuff like that. And now when I try to go back to listen to the new music that comes out, I'm like, cuz even musically, you aren't even on these cunts level. Like, it's so bad.
But it's a different thing, bro. You know, at the end of the day, I feel like it's two completely different types of music at the end of the day.
Of course.
You know, different things are valued in the different kinds of ways. So at the end of the day, music's, I believe, just all about how it makes you feel. You know what I mean? And I go through those swings too, where I'm not listening to anything new. Where I'm going back and I'm listening to old school metal, or I'm listening to old school like soul and blues.
Yeah, but imagine being a reactor doing that.
Yeah, straight.
Like your whole job is meant to be reacting to new music, and bro, I've been so close to just doing reaction to old music.
I mean, you can like there's cunts on YouTube who do that, bro. Like,
bro. Like
stuff like this,
when I heard The Roots, I was like,
it's your first time.
What the fuck is this shit? I'm like I went back to listen to. I've always been a fan of Wu, but going back and listening to like all of their stuff, like separate.
Shimmy, yeah.
we were talking about this. When I went back to listen to Old Dirty Bastard, that changed everything for me. Because the guy was so good. Like, he was so different to everyone else, but he was what made Wu-Tang what Wu-Tang is. Like, the fact that they literally say there's no master to his style. It's just something that came from him. It just makes me laugh because I was watching a documentary about them, and he was in the studio. And he was in the studio.
Yeah.
And he was in the studio, and they're like, "Bro, you need to hurry up." And he's like, "Bro, I'm an instrument. I'm an orchestra, bro. You can't rush me. I need to
rush that."
That's how it's like sometimes, bro. You know?
And it's just like, bro, like the way they thought of stuff at that time, like I have a lot of discussions with people, bro, and they go, "Man, I can't listen to this old music," right? And to me, I just laugh. I'm like, "Who do you listen to?" And they go, "Oh, Drake." I go, "So you listen to the person that samples all of this old music?"
But
and
you know what? Then they like people.
I don't get that. I don't get how you can do that.
People have a weird opinion when it comes to sampling sometimes, bro. But at the end of the day, I see it as a means of exposing new people to old music. You know
yeah, 100%. Bro, I needed to find out the Cream sample. When I found out, I was hooked. Bro, I've been listening to that song every day. Ever
it's
since
a good song, man.
Bro, she kills it. She's a killer singer.
Bro, I got into there's a band, Steely Dan. They're one of my favorite bands now. But Kanye sampled them for Champion. Did you realize that you are a champion?
That's sick.
The original song, bro, is amazing, man. It's a hectic. It's like a fucking jazz ballad about a drug dealer in the 70s trying to make an escape, bro. And it's so fucking sick, man.
Yeah. Like, I did that for Otis Redding. You know how Kanye and Jay had the Otis song? But then you realize how many songs are sampled from that one song?
Like, ASAP Rocky did a cover of Sitting Under the Docks at the Bay for Triple J's like a version, bro. It's such a big influence, you know what I mean?
Like, it's just crazy to see, like, how many people... Like, I find it weird. Like, I understand there's sampling, but then, like, you notice what they sample exactly. It's like, oh, you think they just sample one part, and then you look at it, like,
and
even in...
used it.
Yeah, like, in Otis by Jay-Z and that, it's Otis Redding on fucking Tenderness? Yeah, Tenderness.
They had to give him sample credit. Or not sample credit, but, like, he's got a feature.
Like, writing?
Yeah, bro, they have to.
He's got a feature on a song.
Because it's like, they don't just to be honest, Wu-Tang should have done that for that chick. Because there's two songs. There's Also Simple and...
yeah, I think that was on Tears.
What? Which one? No. Can it all be from Simple? That's the song. And, she sings it. She does the opening intro, which is her talking. They took that and they took her singing the chorus. And it's just like, bro, like, that should be more than just a credit. That needs to be like, she sings the chorus of the song.
And I feel like that's where a lot of people stand on samples. And I mean, that's only fair, right? Like, if you're using this person's instrument, voice, and like their whole ass song, like,
bro, it's cool how he changes the beat. I love that. I love seeing how artists, like, musically wise, how they break shit down.
It's awesome. It's awesome seeing how sampling just, like, opens the doors for this different kind of experimentation, bro.
This is the first time I've ever actually looked into, like, sampling. Like, I always liked those songs.
There's so many cool videos on YouTube with, like, sample breakdowns that are just like 2 or 3 minutes long. They just
100%.
do a deep dive into them, bro, because you find so many good, like, tracks. Like, think about this one, bro. There's a video that I watched. It's 1 minute, and it's a breakdown of the Futurama theme song, because that's all different samples.
I've seen that, yeah.
It's all different samples, bro.
Really?
It's got a 70s drum break from some, I think it's a hip hop or a soul track.
That's cool.
Then it's got the dong 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 dong. That's another sample, bro.
Yeah.
That they got and pitched up, and it's like, it's just fucking crazy to think that it's like, you know, I mean, all of Daft Punk, that's all samples.
Yeah.
You know,
like,
it's
I learned a lot from, like, Pharrell and Timbaland. They sampled a lot of people. But as well, they created a lot of shit.
Of course.
I didn't know, like,
it's not just sampling it and taking it and turning it into the same thing, just a new
Just like
version
a
of it.
remix or something.
It's
Yeah.
completely changing it when they do it. You know what I mean?
it was like RZA's production's ridiculous. Like, even I reckon that's why in the music video they have what's his name, Method Man, just singing the like in the intro, because in the intro on the album version it's the chick singing. You actually hear her vocal, but in the music video, Method Man's doing just like humming. He's humming the to the beat, and it's just like, like I wonder if that's like a reason. Like we'll give her the props on the album, but when it comes to the music video, we'll cut that part off.
I'm curious about that. I wonder if there is a reason for that.
Because maybe you can't do that. Like maybe you're not allowed to use other people's samples on or some shit. Like at that time, like
an artistic choice, bro.
Yeah, because like I was watching it today because I was bored and I'm like, oh, I want to listen to like some word. And I was looking at it, I was like, wait, I'm like, that's completely cut off. Like, and I was like, oh, okay, like what the fuck? I've never seen that before. It's cool though. I like when people do that. They make different shit.
I love that shit, man. Like you got a YouTube track and you got a Spotify track and they're different.
Bro, don't you remember Runaway? Runaway had like fucking 50 videos.
With the film clip for it.
Runaway had like 50 videos or something, right?
Straight. It had like a movie for it.
Doesn't it go for like an hour or something?
Yeah, about that. It goes for about that.
God damn.
That's a fucking great song.
But it's a good album. It's a good album to kind of have that thing going for it.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite album of all time.
Yeah.
Like actually
I
of all
think
time.
it's a little bit overhyped on Kanye's, but each to their own, bro. You know, like I'm always gonna hold Jesus and something like Pablo in such high lights, bro. And even the College Dropout is a fucking crazy album for me, bro. Like that is Kanye at his rawest, bro. Roots. Like he's producing basically all the beats. He's fucking rapping like he wants it. You know what I mean?
Bro, don't you love that when you listen to an album and you actually hear the artist wanting it?
Yeah.
Like
crazy,
that's
man.
how I felt towards Cordae's debut album.
Yeah, 100%. Man. I love that album, man. I love that album. It's just sad to see he's like very silent. You know what I mean?
I reckon it's just.
What do you mean?
That's how he is, bro.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, exactly right. That is how.
And as well, look who he's with as well. They're very fucking similar. It's crazy how similar both of them are. Him and Naomi. Yeah,
Naomi Osaka.
Yeah.
Tennis.
Like when you find out their day, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Like they're both very quiet. They, you know.
Power couple, bro.
Bro,
yeah, that shit's like moves. How did that happen, bro? How'd they even link up like that?
You know, probably she liked his music, some shit like that. Bro, question: do you get notifications when people use your songs?
Depends on in what context they've used it.
Like
yeah,
if
like
they don't tag you, do you still get it?
Like on TikTok, if they use the sound.
On like Insta or anything. Do you get that?
Nah,
not on Insta.
Because it's weird, because I have had times where I never tagged the artist, but the artist would see it.
They're probably just following you, bro.
Yeah,
no. But I'm talking about big artists.
Yeah, they might. Oh, yeah, true.
Like, I remember there was one. Fuck, who
I
was
think
it?
that, like, I feel like bigger distributions, or like, say it's like a big artist and they've got like a label and a team. There must be like some software that we're not aware of.
Yeah, like they must get like an aware thing. That's like, yo, they used your sound or some shit.
Honestly, maybe, bro. Maybe.
That
bro.
should be a thing. How the fuck is that not a thing? That should be a thing anyway. Like,
yeah,
I feel like it is.
Like Bart's
it.
fuming. A-Girl was playing his song the other day and he never knew.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Really?
I was like, what?
Fucking earth.
Yeah, she played his verse in fuck, I almost said Planet Vegeta.
That should be the next song though. I do like
Team
that name,
Rocket.
Planet Vegeta.
Damn, fucking earth. She was listening to Team Rocket, bro. What a banger that is, bro.
She loves Team Rocket. Merc was telling me apparently she listens to it before every show.
Oh, word? What the fuck?
Yeah. Or something like that. She listens to it. Merc said it on the podcast. He's like, yeah, she uses it as like a pre anthem, like a pre-song anthem or
warm
something
up.
like that. Yeah.
You know what my pre-show warm up is?
No, I don't want to know.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Nah,
I don't
but
wanna know
it
either,
was
bro.
your part with the fucking Air Forces.
I do love my Air Force Ones, man.
What do you say?
Oh, all white Air Force Ones that look like Coke will get your nose touched.
Yeah, because she
I
was
just put
wearing
your
Air
life on my feet.
Forces that day, and she just posted a picture of it, and she used that as like a caption.
Hell yeah, man! I love
100%.
my motherfucking Air Forces. I love my Air Max 95s. I love my TNs. I love it all, man. I love
I
my
don't
drugs
believe you
too.
like TNs.
What?
Pull out a pair of TNs, bro. I doubt it. I doubt it, bro.
No, no. Oh, wait, I got my eyes on these ones, bro. Hold on. Actually, no. You know what? We'll save that for another day, for when I can start showing photos and shit, just like TNs.
What's Johnny looking for? He's
Johnny's
was
on the
looking-
hunt. Johnny's on the hunt for
I was
some
looking for
TNs.
my TNs. They're inside, bro. I wanted to show you how busted up mine are because I've been wearing them every day for 3 years, bro.
Nasty.
I need to get a new pair, bro.
Alright, bro. Let's. I got a segment for you.
Let's go.
All right. What's the segment?
Actually, I'll do this one first because normally this one normally goes second, but since we're talking about music and shit,
We're switching it up.
Why do you make music? Like, what made you get into it?
Yeah,
Johnny, you go
bro,
first.
I was making music. Like, I've been in a band since year 10 or year 9 and doing different music.
Is that when you started?
The whole way through. Yeah, I started doing. Oh, look, I picked up a fucking guitar when I was 10, bro, but I wasn't very good at it, and I'm still not very good at it. But,
hey, man, it's a start, right?
it's a start, bro. I'm good enough to put it on my tracks, bro. So on the album, you'll hear a little tiny bit of my guitar playing. But yeah, so I've always been in a band doing different. At first, I was doing classic rock, and then I was doing fucking glam metal, bro, like Van Halen shit. And then I progressed to in 2013. I joined my band Under Night's Cover, which was like Iron Maiden, progressive metal kind of stuff, and that was like a bit more of a comprehensive band. Like, we actually did practice, and we actually did gigs, and we wrote and released a record and stuff. But yeah, there was a lot of good shit that I learned from being in a band. But in 2017, you know, we came to a point where we hadn't practiced for a long time. We had stopped focused on getting gigs. Some of the guys in the band, like, had started to get full-time work and stuff, so it was getting really hard to maintain doing the band if it wasn't gonna look like it was going to, like, progress for us.
Yeah.
And the kind of metal that we were doing and the scene that we're in, there wasn't too much of a place for it. Like, it's got its very own niche community, but it's very hard to break out of that because, you know, everybody's doing like metalcore or something like that at the time. So kind of had to make that decision. Did a hectic like farewell show and had like 120 cunts rock up to the Valve bar where we played as well.
Oh man,
show.
Rest in peace to Valve.
Yeah, bro. And we did shows there all the time, and at Boldface Stag, which is now Crowbar, and we had the opportunity to go to Brisbane a couple times, and Newcastle, and Wollongong, and all that stuff. But yeah, when we broke up, I had already been producing for 2 years, doing my own stuff, and I was making hip hop beats. I started out doing EDM. And I picked up Ableton literally only because I had a MacBook, and one of my friends was like, well, why don't you download Ableton because I hear it runs really good on a Mac. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck's that? It's like music software. I'm like, oh, I'll give it a crack. Gave it a crack. Like 2 months, I was making beats, then I just let it down and then stopped for a long time. Went to Field Day 2016, and I saw Childish Gambino and Chance the Rapper and a whole bunch of different artists. And after that, I was like, fuck, bro, I need to get back on this music shit, bro, because I'm feeling a void here. I was feeling a big void not doing any music stuff. Because at that point, even though that was before the band broke up, we were still starting to like kind of lose activity. So I got my producer chops up, band stopped, still making hip hop beats. I'm on Reddit trying to get other rappers on them. Nobody's coming through, and if they are, it's not like what I want to hear on the track. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
And then I started, and the reception was pretty good, so I just kept with it, you know what I mean? And now, you know, like, I just need an outlet at the end of the day, bro. Like, that's why I do it, because I if I'm not doing it, then I see it as like, what am I doing, you know?
Yeah. Okay. What about Mr. XO himself?
Very Excel. Yeah, I mean, why I make music? To be fair, like I started, well, I was like 16 now, way back in the day. I
I
just
thought he
started
was
making
saying
that
he's
shit.
16 right now. I was like,
Oh
bro.
yeah, I'm actually a fucking child.
I was like,
I
bro.
don't know why they let me in the Oxford Art.
Yeah.
Um, no, I started off as just like a way to. I was a very angry young individual, so I honestly just started making music first, just to like get some shit off my chest.
Yeah.
It's always been very personal to me why I made music. And it was definitely started off just to get shit out of my chest. Later on, I got less angry. I got more happy. Shit started going somewhere for me. And I started thinking maybe there is something I can do with this music shit. So I started taking it a bit more seriously be about 2-3 years ago now.
Mm.
And you'll see that there's a shift in the tone of my music. I mean, I came on and I first just started making, screaming shit or
Yeah.
just like cloning
Especially the
whatever the
shit I
fuck.
got.
Yeah, yeah, especially the shit that SP has. There's some edgy shit in there. Like
Yeah.
I'm saying, like
Oh my god, that was
I think
funny.
back in 2016 or like I was in high school and it was cool for everyone to say dumb edgy shit just
Yeah.
for no fucking reason. And unfortunately, I got caught up in that, and like it was a very dark time in my life, and so all my and like yeah, and I mean even my first project under the name Bart Excel, it's very amateur like, because I just realized maybe I could do something with this. I just started playing events and
Yeah.
all that sort of shit. And then later on, happier tracks came out because it's always been so personal for me. It's just, so life's going good, my shit gonna sound happy. So,
Yeah.
tracks like Live Like This came out,
What a track.
and yeah, and all my angrier stuff, like it's it's all these days when I do screamo tracks, it's still a release. It's because I got some shit. I had a hard day. Fuck it, I'm gonna scream on the song. And I hope that resonates with a lot of people.
Yeah,
So
but what
not
about
on
when we made Proceed with Caution, bro? That was just riding the vibe.
that was just vibes,
That was just
definitely.
riding
he
the
heard
vibe,
he heard
man.
Johnny rapping. He's like, yeah, I have to match it.
Like
It's
at the end of the
definitely
day, man,
fun.
that 100%. Like,
It's fun. That is the only thing that keeps me doing it is fun, and I love it. Like
100, bro.
and if other people can use my fun and my love and my anger to channel their own shit and like sit on the bed, listen to a Bar XL song, life's great. Or even if you're fucking jerking off or you're working out, you're punching shit, if you're stomping cunts, I don't care what it is you're doing. If you're listening to me and you're having a great time, that's why I'm doing this shit, bro.
fucking earth, bro. That's it.
Especially choked out, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah, while you're jerking
bro,
off, choked out,
song! What a song, bro.
you
It's
get
so
stomped
good.
out.
That was our first collab, bro.
That was the first one,
That
yeah.
was the first
After I
one.
think that was after New Wave 1 or 2, and we were like,
Yeah,
"Yo,
bro.
we gotta link up. We've done events
I can't
already."
believe how many fucking times you've been in the stew with me since then, bro. You know, it's
Yeah,
almost
it's
unfathomable,
crazy.
man.
I can't count it no more, bro.
No way. Not on
And
one hand and
especially
not on two
we
hands
got
and 2 feet, bro, for sure.
yeah, straight. And we've lined up like a big chunk of verses for Proceed with Caution 2 have been done. We've what else have we been up to, bro?
Yeah, there's
There's
maybe
been
like 4 or 5 songs.
yeah, and the Wingstop stuff
Honestly,
as well.
the
Shout
Wingstop
out
stuff.
Shout out Wingstop, and shout out Rick Ross for
So
putting
yeah,
us on,
apparently
bro.
SB is not familiar with the Rick Ross
Oh
Wingstop.
yeah, SB's not. He's been
So,
lacking on the knowledge,
from,
man.
from Proceed with Caution, the song Man Down that we made
Yeah.
got licensed in a Wingstop ad in the US.
That's fucking. I remember.
And with Rick Ross in that
With Rick
fucking
Ross
ad.
in it. But we just got an update, bro. Apparently they're relicensing it again. So it's going to be continued use.
Yeah, yeah. You
Which
know,
is
it was on
mad.
the. That shit got played on like the NBA Finals as well.
Insane, man. Insane.
So,
That's the thing, you know. Like it was such a good bit of.
Oh, do you know why? Like, do you know why they picked that specific song?
We put it out. We put it out for sync, but they reached out to us through that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we put it out for sync.
But they ended up using just the beat. I wish they had ended up using the whole song, but I can see why they didn't, bro, because it might have scared some people off.
Yeah,
but
at the end of the day,
get the beat in, bro, because when you Shazam it, it still shows up with the song.
we were fucking hype as hell. It was a what in a in because in the past
like they email you and shit, right?
Yeah, they reached out to me. I told you.
There was contracts and shit.
I told you it was on that admin
shit. To get permission and shit. You know what I mean?
I was in the back. I was doing the admin, bro. I was on the computer like a villain. Ever watched Kim Possible? I was Wade. I was setting that shit up. I was in the background. I was in the shadows, bro.
That's
It's
mad.
hectic that panned out. That actually got us like a really good bit of opportunities, bro. We got Bubblegum played on Rage.
On Rage
for
as
like
well.
2 weeks. And then it was played a couple times on Triple
J,
and
yeah.
they were running it on Unearth for like 3 months, dude.
It was crazy. It was crazy. And FBI, like
a lot of people were showing us love at that point, bro.
And 96.1 as well.
Okay, hold up. Shout out Josh Rigoli, the guy who did the video Rigoli FX, bro.
Yes, Rigoli FX.
Because he fucking came up with the concept on the way to the video shoot, bro. He came up with the concept. He had it written down on like a fucking serviette or something. And he was telling us. And bro, he just fucking took it to the next level, man. Like, we always had intentions of getting a really good video clip done, but like, I don't know.
He really made sure it happened.
Yeah, he took it to the next level, man.
You know what's another good one? But I fucking love the Team Rocket. We'll talk
about
that.
That's an awesome video too, bro.
Bro, that music video is
shout out to Sesh.
That music video is dope. Like, I remember being with Merc, and I think he's had to reshoot it. He's had to reshoot one part, which was Merc with the umbrella.
I don't know. Reshot that. He went back later and reshot that.
Yeah, I remember they went back.
We were in the car together. It was us, Blackbird, yeah. And he gets a call. He's like, "Oh fuck, hold up." And then he gets told, like, "Yeah, we need to reshoot this." He's like, "What? The part with the umbrella?" I'm like, "What the fuck is this cunt talking about?"
This umbrella, and he's just jumping in the air. And the behind the scenes for that looks so fucking funny, and it was so.
That was a fun fuck video to fucking shoot, man. Just bumming around like empty Parkley markets and
it was kind of on some hood rat shit.
Hanging out in the ute. That was awesome, bro.
That was fun.
Awesome.
Even your part with the Rage part, I love that part.
Man, I
Put it
love
on
that
Rage
song,
that we all love.
I love that song.
Where's the leopard print, bro? Where is it? You should have worn it for this
I should have worn it for this interview, bro.
That shit was fucking amazing.
You know what I'm wearing for this interview, you dirty dog, bro? Look at this.
What?
Hey! What's funny, Blackbird was wearing it as well.
Yeah, I saw it, bro. Fucking mad cunt, man.
Represent.
I was looking at it, I'm like, is that Johnny's merch? And he's like, no. I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm like, I swear that's Johnny's merch.
Man, I was so happy to be able to get it out. It's something that I wanted to do from the minute I started making music. Like, even with my old band, we did merch runs like 2 or 3 times.
It's sick to release merch, stickers, and stuff like that.
Definitely. Oh, actually, on that note,
how quickly it got attention and how quickly it started to like sell. Like, I think I've sold out. Bro. Yeah, fucking oath, man. I'm keen. That's how I started, bro. I started with Johnny from the Burbs stickers, bro.
Shout out Matthew Platt, bro. Honestly, this guy with the for the design, bro. For the green. I got black. I got white. What you want, bro? Come on now.
Let's go.
Sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's go.
I don't have my keys.
Hey, fuck you, Fangola.
Unedited, bruh. Unfiltered.
That's fine, bro. She wants to move my car.
Alright. Second question,
which is
normally the main question that I normally ask.
Bro, she's moving the other car, bro. She's moving the other.
Get the Lamborghini out the way, bro. It's too big. It's too big.
It's too big. It's taking up the whole drive. Move the tank, bro. Move the Cybertruck.
Move the tank.
Yeah, bro. I gotta move the Tesla truck, bro. The prototype.
Bro, this is exactly what happened with you with your DeAndre interview. And I was like, I hope this doesn't happen to me, bro.
Happens all the time, bro. Normally my mom always comes into my room, so I'm always expecting it.
We're waiting now, bro.
Bro, it happens. Trust me, it's gonna happen. She actually did come into my room when it started, and I was just like, yeah. All right, cool, yeah. I didn't hear a word she said. I'm like, yeah, cool.
It's unedited. Mom, get out of my room!
Nah, I don't say that shit. I'd never be that disrespectful.
One of those people like punch the walls as soon as she's out the room.
Carl energy, bro. Carl energy.
What I was gonna ask, this is the main question I normally ask at the start, but I'm asking it an hour into the show.
We're doing shit differently here, bro. We're doing live.
Check
Huh?
the record time, bro. I reckon we're longer than an hour.
An hour and 9 minutes.
Johnny's
God.
looking for that raid,
And
bro.
it's what's your
No, I mean, if I was looking for that raid, I would have left by now, bro.
and it's
This SP podcast sponsored by Raid Shadow
Bro,
Legends.
shut up! let me talk. Nah, I'm fucking around. But
Alright.
this is like the main question I normally ask everyone. What's your definition of for the culture? Because you know how that's like my whole fucking tag.
Yeah,
shit
SP
like
for the
that.
culture.
Hey?
You go, Bart.
But what's your meaning of for the culture? Not obviously what's my like.
Yeah. No, I got you, bro. Let me just refer to my palm cards real quick. Nah, psych. Nah, if it's for the culture, bro, like you, bro, it's so much to say that something is for the culture. Like for me, obviously, this, like to an extent, man, it's definitely not Filipino culture. It's not where I come from, and I definitely always gotta pay homage to the classics, to the
100.
greats, to the people that paved the way for me to be here. I mean, I came to this country when I was 5, moved to Western Sydney, and it was crazy. It was introduced to me all at once. You know, I never really heard hip hop before. My mom's be playing pop songs, my dad playing R&B. You know, shit was like it was so new to me. And it absolutely embraced me and loved me. And now, if ever I do something, and if I say it's for the culture and this is for the culture, it's given back to where you came from. It's given back to the people that paved the way for you, and it's showing love to the community, man. Like you can't
100%.
just benefit from a culture or benefit from something and not show it love and not give it love and not
100%.
bring awareness to what it is, man.
Bro,
100%.
that goes back to what
basically
Johnny
feel
says,
the same
though.
thing, man. I basically feel the
What?
exact same thing.
That goes back to what you said, Johnny, though, about I reckon that's what the whole sampling thing is.
Yeah.
It's paying homage to like artists that came before them, and be like,
100%.
yo, like
But,
this is so good. I have to sample it.
The culture is not only, respecting and showing love to the greats and the people who paved the way for you, but also when you're at a position where you can start paving the way for the people in front of you too, bro.
Exactly.
Start lending a hand and start like trying to do as much while you can to advance the culture.
100%.
And that's why we do these shows, and that's why whenever a new artist reach out to us, they got like 2 followers, like their mom and their dad. I don't give a fuck if they reach out to me and they want to work, and I can see they're coming from a good place, and like who am I to say that? Who am I to like gatekeep them and like keep them out the industry and make things harder for them?
That's the worst fucking thing for the culture is gatekeepers. I tell you what I've been doing recently that is something that I like. I'm very proud that I was able to actually establish it.
Plug it.
Yeah, plug that shit.
I've been doing my every week. Me and a bunch of guys from Sydney, Canberra, Central Coast. We've been linking on Discord to do a producer meetup. So it's me and maybe 7 to 10 to sometimes 12 other people getting in the chat. They show me some of their new tracks. I show them what we've been working on in the last 2 weeks. There's a bunch of awesome people that jump in. Sometimes Blackbird jumps in, Bart's jumped into one. We've got Elijah Summer who jumps in, who wants to jump in. And a couple guys because he does the same thing, a couple guys from his have come into mine. But a bunch of guys, and it's just awesome getting your ears on new sounds, giving critique where you can, but just being there to lend another voice, you know what I mean, to the equation.
Exactly.
So, half of it is that where you're showcasing shit from each other's weed, but then the second half is a chopper, where I give them a sample or I give them a beat, and the rappers will rap on the beat, or the producers will chop up the sample to give us a song, like the Kenny Beats beat battle, bro. So it's like altogether 2 3 hour session that I hold once a week, and not only am I getting something out of it, because I fucking love doing it, man. Like I'm exposing myself to
it's just being there.
Getting, it's just but it's something that I believe is like helping people who are, not like not already established. There are people who are in there who are just starting out, but most of the guys are already established. So it's awesome to have this little network of people who are pushing each other forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're all accelerating the culture.
Exactly.
100%.
That's really what it is.
I agree with that. I don't even know what it is for me anymore. I swear it changes every day.
And that's cool
It's
too,
gonna
bro. Of
shift with the
course.
culture, bro. It's gonna shift with the culture, you know.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
bro,
it.
like-
And things that are important, you might achieve the next day, and now you got to shift your goals and how
To
you
me,
see
the
things.
main thing is what you were saying, Johnny. Like, I ended up watching a show ages ago. Not ages ago, a
Yeah.
couple years ago. It was what would you say?
Squid Game.
No, not Squid Game. It was the Get Down. I think it was what it's called.
Oh, the
Oh,
Get
yeah.
Down. Yeah.
And I always remember because it's about Grandmaster Flash and how they started that whole hip hop sound and stuff like that. And the one thing I always took out of it was the each one teach one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Each one
That's
teach
exactly
one.
it.
Each one teach one. Reach one. So
Mhm.
I had Howie on here a couple episodes before this.
Oh,
And
straight.
Shout out
Yeah,
I need
Howie.
to watch that one, bro. I need to
and
watch that one.
learning, talking to him was really good because, like, I like talking to people. I brought in a lot of vets.
Yeah.
Brought him in, Fracture as well. He did his
Mad.
whole thing in Melbourne, which I was like,
Straight.
yo, like, I need to hear from you. I want to know how you started this whole thing. And especially because he's from the UK, bro, but he came here.
Yeah.
And he brought,
Oh.
that whole grime sound to, he didn't bring it to Oz, but I feel like he influenced it in its way.
Sure.
Played a
Like-
part in it, sort of.
Yeah, bro.
100%.
He's the reason, like, Chill and that got big. He had Chill, Husky. He had gigs, bro. 50. He had a gig called 50/50 that he used to hold every year. And he's thinking of bringing one. I'm allowed to say this because he said it on the podcast.
Oh, we
He's
leak it, shit.
thinking-
We leak it. Let's go.
Yeah, he's thinking of making another one, which to
Put
me
us
that's
on.
so cool. But not
Put
only
us on,
that,
bro.
the only way you go is invite only.
Oh, damn.
So that's a full for the culture type thing.
That's
It's
like some exclusive shit.
yeah, and
I like that, actually.
that. I like when I just feel like when you're willing to get away from your ego to teach someone something. That's where I've learned like a lot. Like I'll watch
Give them back.
Pharrell interviews and stuff like that, and how open they are, bro. They don't have to be, but they are. Like I
It's
think
none of
it
this-
all
yeah.
depends on the interviewer. If you know what I mean. Like I've noticed
Yeah.
when people get interviewed by Nardwar, they're themselves.
I
Like-
fucking love Nardwar, man. Shit. That's like one of my goals to be interviewed by Nardwar.
But you know what I
bro.
mean? Like, I feel like one of the best things about him, what I learned from like doing, like even when I started to do the podcast and stuff, I watched him. Because it wasn't just the personal shit that he would do. It's more of
Yeah.
like how he knew, oh, you sampled this person, so you must like this. And he would give it to him.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
I
the
remember-
records.
yeah, and it's
Bro,
like,
he's a wizard.
yeah, exactly.
Nah, he's a
bro.
fed, bro.
Like to me that's just so cool when someone it's the fact that he pays enough attention to you and gives you that time.
Mm.
He
Like,
does
to
his
me-
research for sure.
Yeah, fuck, he does more than research, bro.
He's
The
got
shit
the
that he
secret.
find,
He's
bro.
got private investigators, bro. I know.
He has to. Even Tyler, are you with the feds? like, how do you know all this shit? And that's the one that changed me was the one with Pharrell. And Pharrell literally says, like, this is one of the greatest interviews I've ever had. Bro, he gets interviewed by fucking everyone.
Yeah.
So that
Mm.
coming from such a big influencer in the scene, like, I feel like a lot of people just think, oh, he's just Pharrell. They forget about Nerd. They forget about
Yeah.
Neptune.
Yeah,
They forget about all that.
he's
I
been
remember
everywhere.
I was talking about production to someone, and they're like, "Oh, who's your favorite producer?" I'm like, Timbaland and Pharrell, right? And I'm like, "Wait, sorry, Neptunes." And he goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "What? You don't know the Neptunes?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "How?" I'm like, "Fuck off." And then I showed him all the songs that most of the most popular songs that the Neptunes produced, and he was just like, "Oh shit!" Like, it's crazy. People forget that
Yeah.
Pharrell was even part of that. They even
he's-
forget that he was
he's
part
crazy,
of Babe.
man.
He was even part of
Yeah,
that
he
shit.
was. He was.
Like, and the Billion Boys Club, his own thing. Even the Adidas original shit that he did. It's like,
He's been doing shit for ages too, bro.
bro, even the shit with the Minions. I don't like that fucking shit, but
The minions.
bro, the fact that he didn't
Banana.
just do a soundtrack. He did the what do you call it when it's in the movie? It's not the soundtrack.
Oh
It's,
fuck, I know what you mean.
like the effects and shit in the movie. He
The
did that as
diuretic
well.
sound.
Wow, yeah, cool.
So he
So
like
Dawson does. Dawson did that.
shout out to Dawson, bro.
The first dude who ever produced my
He's
beats.
a madcap, but he actually came into my Discord session the other day to talk about all the SFX work he's been doing and all that stuff.
Mad.
Like, to me, that's cool. I find that mad when an artist decides to go away. Like, they can stay in their own lane, but they go, you know what, I want to explore here. I want to explore
100.
here. Like, I heard something the other day from a good artist friend of mine that she got told, and it just spun me the wrong way. It's like, she got told that she needs to stay in one lane.
Mm.
And to me, I don't understand that. I'm like, wait. I'm like, ask them, next time you see them, ask them who their favorite artist is. I bet majority
Drake.
of them don't stay in one lane. Brother,
Yeah.
if you say Drake, you have to be a fan of every sound in the world. He doesn't do one sound. That cunt goes everywhere. Or just rips it.
Yeah,
Just rips it.
Yeah,
He does
bro.
just rip it,
If
mainly,
SB
bro, I'm not
disappears
gonna lie.
mysteriously, we know what happened.
Yeah, the OVO ops got me.
The OVO special forces got him, bro.
But yeah, like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get how people say that. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you need to stay in one lane. I'm like, this is the one time you should not be staying.
Yeah, experimenting
one-
is so important.
Can you name me
Agreed.
one artist that really stays in one lane now?
Johnny from the Burbs.
Hmm.
Look at Johnny. Johnny's like, bet. I'm gonna
This
fuck up your vocals.
I can see you doing the Mr. Burns like hand twiddling under that cam, bro. Excellent head ass.
He's like, I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah, bro. The slander, bro. So I don't resort to those tactics, bro. The
You know
man
what I
who
mean? Like,
chose-
as
the man
you
who
as
chose the
artists,
first mixes, bro.
as you,
I'm gonna be like Nav on Yosemite.
as you as artists, how would you feel if you got told that?
I'll slap him out. I mean,
I
I
don't-
would.
look. I don't really try to focus too much on that sort of critique. You know what I mean?
But you're gonna
'Cause
like
it's not
imagine if
valuable.
that came from like someone that you're actually like in management with.
Like
Like,
your
that
manager
came-
told you that.
Yeah, you get rid of them straight off.
Yeah, I
Fire
would
him.
just have to. I'd be like, you're not seeing the whole picture. You
Play
know?
Ray Charles. Hit the road.
It's not right.
Come back no more.
It's like I'm a big I'm big into like artistic freedom, bro. You know what I mean?
That's very important. I should be to every artist. You
100.
shouldn't be limited to one sound. And if people in your own camp are telling you that, you got to be clear now. You got to be cutting the grass.
I
bro.
would even ask. I'll go, how did I get your attention? Because
Yeah.
that's the thing, right? Like when I look at this, because I've got an offer to try to do A&R for
Man,
someone.
you'd be good at it. You'd be good at it.
Yeah, but they won't like what I like. That's the problem. Like I was
Then that's-
listening to Wu-Tang, and there's a part where Jizza, the genius, he goes,
Jeez.
you need to. I knew he was gonna say that straight away, and it's like, you can go up to someone, right, and show them a dope artist, right? But if they're not from, like, if they don't understand that music, they're not gonna understand a dope MC.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like that. Like, bro, look at the Squid Game game. The Squid Game thing is a perfect example. That shit got rejected from fucking everything.
10 years for 10
Bro.
fucking years.
And look at it now. It's the number one. fucking thing.
100.
Like
It's
to
pretty good.
them, that must be the biggest spit in the face because the people that rejected them know it. Like they're never gonna forget it now.
We fucking turned them down.
Yeah, like imagine not, and Netflix is like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, wow.
But as well, lucky they changed the name.
What do you
was
mean?
meant-
That what?
It was meant to be called 6 Rounds or something like that.
Whack,
But at
bad,
the same
trash,
time,
disgusting.
you have to think about whether it would be as big if it didn't get the Netflix money to be able to produce such a insanely, it looks like they put a lot of money into it.
Well, what was
It's
cool
real
was they gave a lot of people their I know they gave the main like female actress, that was her first debut role.
sad.
Because she's like, apparently she's a known model.
Yeah,
in
she's
Korea?
a model over there.
And that's cool. Like, I like that. And as well, she's a fucking good actress.
She's
like,
good.
she's
Oh yeah. Oh
she's-
yeah.
Fuck off, bro. You need to
Didn't
watch
say anything.
it.
I was agreeing
Catch
with you. I was
up,
agreeing.
catch up, bro.
Yeah, bro, this guy's treading into dangerous spoiler territory right now, bro.
I've only watched the first 2 episodes, man. Don't do me like that.
Nah, I won't do anything like that. I hate getting spoiled like that. That's fucking.
Yeah,
That's like you lost the game, you know.
Yeah, or Darth Vader is Luke's father.
Look at him. Look at Johnny. You remember
You
that
just lost.
shit?
You just lost.
I
Everyone
was done with
listening to
shit,
this.
bro. I thought I was
Everyone
done with this
listening to
shit.
this podcast just lost the game.
Johnny's just like, you fucking started it, you freak.
I'm done with this, bro.
He just clicks out.
Just clicks out, yeah. Yo,
Disconnect.
please.
Get me out of here.
Alright, another thing. Why do you think the hip hop culture is important to Australia? Like, what do you
That's a good
reckon it'll
question.
bring out?
That's-
That is a good question. Fuck, bro, you know, like, the hip-hop culture it's something so rich, and, you know, I'm a guest in it, so I can't have too many, I don't have too many strong thoughts necessarily about it.
Yeah.
But I do like seeing the bubbling and the rising
Mm.
and the big intention and investment that it's getting in Australia, where someone who wants to experiment with those sounds out of pure love and passion for them can make it a viable thing and be able to know that they're not just dropping a fucking tear in an ocean, you know what I mean?
Mm.
So, like, for someone like me who came in, I was doing hip hop right as I'd say Australia was starting to get that attention put on it, you know what I mean? I mean, like, 4 years ago is still a very completely different atmosphere to what it is now, you know? Now we've got guys like Kid Leroy and 1-4 and, like, even someone like, you know, Masked Wolf, who's got
Oh yeah, Master Wolf.
shit like on Fallon and stuff, you know? So, it just, the reality,
No.
this guy is
What is
so
Christ?
You okay, bro?
Nah,
What's going on?
Keep on going. Fucking
He's
hell.
choking on D's, bro.
Oh, man.
Sorry,
What
bro.
are you doing, SP?
But
Nah.
yeah, like,
I was just coughing, bro.
but yeah, like now it's in a space where it's like, I guess it's a viable thing for artists who want to work with that sound, bro. And it's awesome to see, like, and I feel like, you know, it's important because hip hop is one of those genres where it's so raw, you can get a lot of emotion and feeling out of it, and at the same time, most of the time, if you're listening intently, bro, there's a message there. You know what I mean?
Of course. 100. I feel like another one's Kobe D.
100%. He's a
Bro.
bad,
Yep.
bad, bro.
I give a lot of love to those artists. Even Nookie, bro. We came, like, he was on the gig and shit. Listen to what he talks about in his music.
Massive
Right.
props to Nookie for
Like,
sure.
I feel like when it comes to the culture, right? Like, why is it important to Australia? I feel like you gotta be willing to tell a story, right? I think
Yeah.
that's the whole reason of hip hop. Tyler, the Creator, said it a few days ago
At
on
his acceptance speech.
Yeah, like, it's the fact that it let people get away from troubled lives.
Mm.
Like, you watch the NWA story, it's the same exact thing. They started to get away from their life. Like, you know, like what you said as well, like venting. It's a way of venting. It's a way of... The NWA, it was a way of them telling the news. It was them
Yeah.
letting people know what the fuck's going on in their country, like, you know?
Yeah, like it's given a voice to people that
100.
don't really have that voice in the mainstream
Mm.
eye. Like,
And that's when I started out, bro. Like I had a big intent on trying to inject a lot of my feelings towards that sort of. Rather than looking inwards, I would look outwards. Is how I would put it. You know what I mean? So I was making a lot of tracks that had like government. Hold on.
hey,
Hey! But yeah,
No.
keep going.
I can't even remember what I was saying, bro.
You were talking about your music. You were how like you were going to dive into a like what was he saying on the outside of
Yeah.
Yeah, because we
So
were talking about
I used to have lyrics that were like semi-political or a little bit
used
like.
to.
No, I think now it comes more from a place of like I'm looking inward when I'm writing about that stuff. I'm not going into a track thinking like, fuck, I want to make a political song. It just happens,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Instead of
Because
like
it's who you
having,
are.
instead of having an intention.
Yeah. It's how the best music's made usually, bro.
Kind of like a freestyle or like a dive into your soul.
100%. Like they were
I'm not
talking
I'm
about
not
the fuck the
I'm
police
not like a
thing.
biggest freestyler, but at the end of the day, like
Freestyler.
it is about like
Rock a
seeing what suits the
microphone.
beat, bro. Like I guess for me, because I'm in that unique position where it's like I make the beat first, you know what I mean? Because I have I have the privilege to be able to do so.
Bro, you're
So like
lucky. You're lucky.
yeah,
You have the best part. You
yeah,
could.
it's
you
Fully
get
in
the.
control.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, 100%. So like, but by the time the beat's out, like
You already
it's
know.
still
Like,
there's still well, I know how like I kind of know the direction it's gonna sound, but I don't know what I'm gonna say, bro. So that's a whole nother story after you've got the beat, bro. So you know kind of what direction, like if it's gonna be an angry song or if it's gonna like a vibe song or if it's gonna be a chill melodic one.
Vibes.
But you never know what you're gonna be talking about. You know what I mean?
Like a
Yeah.
box of chocolates.
Straight.
What about you, Bart? Have you answered? No, you haven't. That's right. I went after you. After Johnny, sorry.
I forgot the question.
Yeah. What was the question again?
Why is the hip hop culture important to Australia?
That's it.
Stop making me laugh, bro.
Ooh.
Joe. Anyway, so why is hip hop culture important to Australia?
Yeah.
I mean, like Johnny really touched on this, but sorry, bro. Let me just get it out my system.
Come on, man.
Fuck. I can see you just smiling and grinning. Alright, hold on,
Because I'm happy, bro.
And so am I. So stop flexing on me. No, look, on a serious note,
What are you laughing at?
On a serious note.
this happens in the studio all the time. I always get the fucking giggles. Like, it give me the most serious and angry song, but once one giggle gets out, it's done. It's done, skis. All right, no, for real though. Hip hop culture. Look, like I said before, it's really important. Especially in Australia, there's such a, I don't want to get too political on it, but there's a difference. You go to eastern suburbs, northern suburbs, and it's so different to the culture that we got in Western Sydney. You listen to mainstream radio. You got like, I'm not trying to get fucking like black.
I know.
And fucking, but like you listen to the radio, man. It's the same. I don't want to say it's the same shit, but there's a lot of stuff
If you
that's
want me,
like,
I can say it for you.
it's been on the airways for like the past 5 decades, bro.
Yeah.
So
Look at the NRL Grand Final.
Yeah.
That's a perfect example, bro.
Where was 1-4 at the NRL Grand Finals, bro?
Flying out to Brisbane, bro.
It becomes very obvious why it's important when you think about these things.
Yeah.
Like, it's given the voice to people who oftentimes, most of the time, don't have a voice. And if people can, if the next generation, like all that gang violence and all the postcode wars and all that shit aside, if a poor kid in the next generation, someone who grew up in a similar situation to us, can find an escape, can find I don't know, something to connect with, something to relate to, and the way out of their own mind or out of their situation, or hell, if they even want to take inspiration and and make their own music and get themselves out of their situation, then that's so important. That's like, and that's at the end of the day, that's like hip hop culture, whether or not you're from you're as some people say, you're just clout chasing, or you're just like a tourist to this shit, or if you grew up
Doesn't
in it
even
and you
matter
lived
how
in it.
old you are as well. That's the best part
Exactly.
about it.
Exactly
Pete and Bass,
right.
bro. Pete and Bass.
Pete and Bass, shout out Pete and Bass. You could be anyone, man,
Bro.
and anyone that doesn't have a voice, this shit gonna give you a voice.
Like, to me, that's the best part about that. It's that you look at, like you were saying, Leroy. Leroy started at 15. Like,
Exactly.
there's so many artists in Australia that started at such a young age.
Exactly right, man. Young, old, fetus, ancient, geriatric. I don't give a fuck. Like,
And not only that, like,
do
it
you.
doesn't even have to be hip hop. It can even just be poetry. Because even
It's-
poetry
it's-
leads into that stuff. Bro, I was listening to. Did you know Jizza has a TED talk?
Nah.
No, I did
I might
watch the
have to watch
Nordwar TED talk.
Bro,
though,
I
on
was
the TED
I was
talk.
watching his, and he was explaining how hip hop gets taught at such a young age. And he was even saying that like ABCs, like the alphabet, the nursery rhymes, they're all rhymes.
Oh,
Right?
100%.
And he was
I mean,
like, he's like, that's how they introduced hip hop to him, in his eyes. And
I
I just,
can relate to that.
when I heard that, I was like, fuck, like, you never think about it that way, but they even call it's a rhyme. It's
Nursery rhymes.
it's
yeah.
not a song or whatever, it's a nursery rhyme.
Mhm.
And it's just like, damn, like, you get taught rap like hella young. It's just not hip hop.
Yeah, no, I get you.
But I love that. I love that about the culture. And not only that every race is part of it.
Mm.
You can get every sound from any culture, from anything. It's not, like you said, it's not like you don't get blackboard in a way.
I think what's
But-
important about that though is as well. Sorry, just to
No, come on.
interrupt there, but I think it is also important. I think why a lot of people. But I just think it's very important that people understand the cultures. Like it's all well and cool to take sounds and be a part of this culture, but it's really important that you respect or you show love or have an appreciation for those that came before and for the
100%
cultures that you're using.
But I think SB's talking about the fact that we have such a multicultural
Yeah.
industry in
100%.
Australia. We have artists from different cultures putting input from their own
But
culture.
everywhere, bro. Like that's the best thing about hip hop. It doesn't.
Mm.
You don't get. You don't get discriminated in any way.
You know, like
Exactly.
you've got
Everyone gets
people
love.
doing like Afrobeat.
Yeah.
You've got people like I sample old Arabic music or old Italian music from time to time because it's what from time to time it's what I grew up listening to.
You
know
get
what I mean?
you get like the Latinos adding in like
Yeah,
their type of
100%.
culture
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Like
100%.
that's
Bounce and shit.
even like Asian culture, bro. Like that's the bro. I've been talking about Wu for like how long?
The Wu,
And that
yeah,
literally comes
Shaolin.
from the Shaolin. Like it came from that type of culture. Like,
And I love it. Like that's why it's so important.
like that's what,
like you
yeah,
said,
exactly. Like
100.
hearing Nookie do his stuff, hearing Kobe D do his stuff, even a lot of the islanders now, bro. The ones from like Fiji, Papua New Guinea, and all that shit. Like they're all coming out.
It's awesome to see everyone putting on for their culture, man.
Yeah,
Nothing
bro.
better.
Like
really
it's just
giving the
cool.
highlight.
Like we have,
100, bro.
you know, it's something. It's refreshing. It's not
Yeah.
just everyone trying to copy. All right, let me get this straight. There is a lot of copying, but as well, if you look, like I say this to everyone, if you look deep enough, you will find the sound that you like.
Same case with most stuff, man. It's always about if you have the desire to look hard enough, you're gonna find gems, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's that fine line, man. Yeah.
And
Straight.
that's what I learned from going to gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, think about it, I wouldn't know any of you if it wasn't
Yeah.
for gigs.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, yeah, I met you at a gig. I
Yeah.
remember.
I technically met
No,
Johnny
no.
at his own birthday gig.
At his
That's
house.
it, bro.
And like to
Fucking
me,
oath, bro.
that's so important.
100, man.
It's just like you said, though. Hopefully, no one controls it.
It's
Yeah.
definitely.
That's the
it's a
problem when
commu-
people try to control it.
Yeah, I think the reason that happens is because there's money to be made at the end of the day.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course.
Unfortunately, a lot of labels will sink
Other
their teeth in.
actors want to
Yeah,
come in and
exactly.
stick their hand in the
Exactly.
pot.
Because I love this community, and that's what it is, man. It's a fucking community. Everyone's coming together. You go to a gig, everyone's showing each other love.
Bro,
Of
that's
course,
the
there's
perfect
money to be made,
example.
and like, yeah, and breed's natural. So I don't begrudge them, but at the end, I see where they're coming from, but it's not for me.
100. I'm the same.
100. Oh, but
try-
on that note, I better bounce, bro.
You're good, bro. Like I said, we'll do a part 2. I don't mind.
Part 2 in common, bro.
Bro, I have
Part 2
like
in common.
so many part 2s that I need to do. So, but part 2 will go into more deeper shit of like where I just started. But as well, it'll go more deeper into years as well if you want.
We might even film the next one in person, bro.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, bro.
That would be fucking sick. We'll go to
We can-
Johnny's.
Yeah,
that would be sick.
and we can play.
I'm just
some
looking at
PlayStation
the studio part. I'm like, yeah, that would be a great place to actually do it.
It would be lit, bro. You
Yeah,
guys
I wanna
would
get
do
a
it.
banner.
We'll
That's
do
the
it.
next
Get
thing
some
I need to
lean in
get.
there. Get some of that fucking rig.
Nah, bro. Surely not.
Some Sprite. Cough, cough. I
And
got a
then-
bit of a
Yo.
sore throat, you know. All that screaming is not good for me.
Alright, fellas, I'm finna bounce.
So,
You guys
Alright,
have a
enjoy
good
that.
night, huh?
Alright,
Enjoy your raid,
hold on.
bro.
Let me do the outro before you
Alright,
leave.
Gotta do the outro. Do the fucking
No, do the
outro,
outro.
bro.
Do the outro.
Do the fucking outro,
Yep.
SB.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching. If y'all like this, give us a thumbs up. None of that. Comment if you want to see more. Subscribe. And remember, keep living a crazy life and stay blessed. Peace out.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I know.
See you, bro.